Hello, hello. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. And you know what Tuesday is? Trends Journal Day. That's right. The trend is your friend. And here's your new cover of the Trends Journal. Yep. Battle, spiritual. War or peace, good or evil. Which side do you choose? freedompeaceandjustice.com. The battle is spiritual, but no one ever talks about this. Other than the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice, you don't hear any of the religions calling for peace. With the Mormons got lockjaw. Hey, how about the Catholics? Lutherans? Hey, where are the Episcopalians? I forgot the Presbyterians. Where are they? This is a spiritual war, and this war keeps heating up, and we're going to get into it very soon. I want to talk about the economics that are going on. What you have in your new Trends Journal, and everyone tuning in, you're going to hear it. No one, anywhere, any place is giving this economic forecast. There's a lot of pressure right now to keep raising interest rates to stop the inflation. The Fed meets again on November 1st and 2nd. And then they tell you how much they're going to raise interest rates. Will it be 50 basis points or 75 basis points to stop the inflation? Again, the bullshit that they spewed out for 2 years, it was only temporary, transitory, and now in the woke, fucked up world, it's transgendatory. We got to be proper. They lied about it. They knew inflation was going up. They artificially kept pumping this money in to artificially prop up the equity markets and the economies because of the shitheads that launched the COVID war. So, here's our forecast. They're going to raise interest rates 25 basis points. And what that's going to do, it's going to drive up the equity markets. The equity markets go up on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 5th and 6th there. So they go up Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, there are no equity markets. Monday, they go up again. And Tuesday, the elections. And the imbeciles and morons that don't know the facts about anything, the masses who swallow the bullshit thrown out by their leaders and mainstream media prostitutes, little boys and girls who get paid to put out by their corporate pimps and government whoremasters, they believe all the shit they're throwing out. They swallow the shit. They're shit swallowers. Oh, and they get angry at you too when you won't swallow the same shit they swallow. So they're all going to believe that things are going to go up because the markets are going up and they'll vote Democratic. That's right. That's what we're forecasting. You go back, it's like last 40 years of midterm elections, markets have gone up. They rigged the game. So they're going to take it easy on this. So we're just mentioning this because the Trends Journal tells you, what's going on, what it means and what's next, and what to do. But of course, we don't tell you what to do. We give you our forecasts. So for the speculators, the gamblers, this might be a very good time to gamble. That's our forecast. It could change. There are always wild cards. And the hottest wild card being played right now that nobody could have forecast 2 years ago or a year ago is the Ukraine war. I want to show you the propaganda spewed out by these little prostitutes. Ukrainians, again, we have loads of articles in the Trends Journal about who blew up the Crimean bridge, when and why. It's all here. Facts that you won't find put together in one place anywhere. Again, these facts are out there, but not like we're putting it all together. And so we have a whole section here on the Ukraine war. So after they blew up the bridge, this is your headline story in the toilet paper of record, the New York Slime. With all the fucking crap they have up here, all the news that's fit to print. Who the fuck are you to tell me what's fit to print? Who the fuck are you? Oh, follow your leaders. I forgot. Blast on Crimea bridge. You ready? Disrupts supply route. Oh, isn't that terrible? The blasts. Oh, it disrupted supply route. They say it killed about 15 people, by the way. In major blow to Putin. These are blowjobs using that kind of language. Major blow to Putin. How about the major blow to Obama, or rather Bush with Afghanistan, and Obama with Iraq, and Bush with Iraq? The losing wars, those weren't blows. But anyway, that's how they write it, right? And then the Cartoon News Network, CNN, Putin faces more grim choices after blast hits his prized Crimea bridge. Oh, his prized Crimea bridge. Isn't that's nothing. It's nothing. The Wall Street Journal, big picture up here of the bridge is Monday. Russia moves to repair bridge to Crimea after attack. Workers restore railway tracks on Sunday. And the Kerch Bridge linking Crimea to Russia, the day after it was damaged by an explosion that Russia blamed on Ukraine. The damage could hurt Moscow's war effort in southern Ukraine. So that was it. Oh, and the story was on page 7. All right? Now, Putin calls this a terror attack. Payback's a bitch. And he's paying him back. Bombs away over Ukraine. Kyiv, happy days are gone again. One place after another, they're blowing up. But here's the way the media covers that. Again, it's okay to destroy the Crimea bridge and kill people on it. Fine. Blast hurts Putin. Russian moves to repair bridge. Not it was a terror attack. How about if they blew up the Golden Gate Bridge? How about if Iraq blew up the Golden Gate Bridge during the Iraq War and Afghanistan blew up the George Washington Bridge in the Afghan War? Oh my God! Oh, how terrible! Oh, we're gonna kill everybody all over the world now. We're gonna get them dead or alive. Yeah, but it's okay for Ukraine to do it. Well, but when Russia retaliates. Oh, by the way, after they blew up the bridge, these were the jokes coming out of the jokester's mouth in Ukraine. Their chief of staff, they tweeted an imagery of the bridge submerged in water and wrote, "What a beautiful sunny day." And their Secret Service, Ukraine's SBU, his main intelligence agency, they shared a photo of the damaged bridge. The sun is rising. The bridge is burning beautifully. Oh, that's all great, right? But when Russia retaliates, again, payback's a bitch. This is the toilet paper record. Today, Russia unleashes a deadly barrage against civilians. Escalation, a sign of pressure on Putin. Russia unleashes a deadly barrage against civilians. No, they're hitting mostly power plants and bridges, but it's okay for Ukraine. They just damaged the bridge. This was from CNBC. Russian missile strikes on Kyiv and other cities draw angry condemnation. top officials of the United States, top officials are shit. European Union and United Nations expressed shock and horror. Joe Biden said, once again, demonstrates the utter brutality of Putin and Russian military. Hey, how about the utter brutality of every war you fucking voted for, Biden, that killed millions of people around the the Middle East? You destroyed Iraq. Oh, the draft dodger, Biden, I forgot, of the Vietnam War. The Afghan war, the Libyan war, the Syrian war. How about that utter brutality? I'm talking about this to show you the propaganda, how people swallow it, and how they're taking us to World War III has already begun. And now they're ramping it up. They're sending more and more weapons. If we don't unite for peace, we're going to die in war. Don't do anything. Be a coward. Yeah, what can I do? What can I do? Or do something. Support us. Go to freedompeacejustice.com. freedompeacejustice.com. If you believe in God, your God does not believe in war. Or maybe you believe in the politicians and you believe in the demons and satanic wars. That's for you. Because if you believe in a God, then do something. Because they're ramping this up terribly. Today's missile strikes, which hit the thermal generation and electrical substances, forced Ukraine to suspend electricity exports. Oh, yeah, wow, what about that? Yep. The UN General this guy was slob, this cat is, this Gutlerus, was shocked by the attacks. Hey, fuckface, how come you didn't open your mouth up? You weren't shocked about the attacks on the Crimean Bridge. Oh, that's fine. Biden said today, Putin totally miscalculated by invading Ukraine. How about totally miscalculated invading Iraq? How about totally miscalculating invading Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Vietnam? Here, this is the New York Times. All these stories showing pictures, a guy on the phone with a bandage over his head, covered bodies over here, blast over here, building blown out over here. How come you weren't doing this with the Iraq war every day? How come you weren't doing it with the Afghan war every day? Because we're low-life pieces of scum shit, Salenti, so shut your mouth. We're media whores. We fuck for money. How come you didn't do that? Where were you, cowards? It went on for 20 years in Afghanistan. Calm down, Salenti. Swallow the shit. So, going on. NATO to hold nuclear deterrence exercise as Russia rages at Ukraine. Yeah, isn't that nice language? An annual, yep. Now is the right time to be firm and to be clear that NATO is there to protect and defend all allies. NATO Secretary General Johns, go fuck yourself, Sluttenberg. Sluttenberg! A former Norwegian politician still sucking off the public tit. Yep. Ensure that our nuclear deterrence remains safe, secure, and effective. Hey, fuckface, there is no such thing as a safe, secure, effective nuclear deterrence. Go fuck yourself, you stupid, angry, demonic, sick prick. A nuclear war wipes everybody out, and they're leading us to it. You better do something. And going back to the Trends Journal, loads of information on the economic front. Our dragflation, it's not stagflation. It's only going to get worse. Rate shock wears on markets. Americans drain their savings to keep spending. When the economy falls, jobs go with it. IMF cuts global forecast again. They're just catching up to us. Yep, what the strong dollar means to emerging markets and what that means to the New World disorder. This thing's running out of control, man. You think you got a refugee crisis? You haven't seen anything yet. Oh, Germany's factory output slumps. Oh, yeah, what if I can't believe it? Yep. Thousands of German retailers poised to go out of business. Bye-bye. Thanks to the sanctions you put on Russia, drove up those energy prices. Really smart. And again, we have our forecasts where oil prices are going and gold prices and on and on. Yep. What else do we have here? As we forecast, Ukraine will only get worse unless there is a peaceful resolution. Serbia, EU's latest sanctions on Russia are going to cripple the economy, and it's doing it. And then, of course, we have guest articles here by Dr. Joseph Mercola, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, and very important in this woke dead world, Trends in Technocracy by Joe Duran, Trends in Cryptos, Trends in the COVID War, Geopolitics, U.S. aims to flood Taiwan with weapons. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? It's none of my business what goes on between Taiwan and China. Let them settle it. It's only been going on since the Ming Dynasty. Oh, what's a Ming Dynasty? Well, it's a new chain of Chinese restaurants. So let's be really stupid. Who needs colleges? Universities struggles with enrollment. No kidding. We said this would happen. Thanks. They call it because of the pandemic. No, because of the fuckfaces that locked down the colleges and schools. They were the first to close down in February 2020, forcing kids to wear masks and get vaxxed. And the price, by the way, private school, college, room and board, $55,000 a year. $55,000. Who the hell could afford that? And what are you getting a degree in? Gender studies, art history? Well, that'll be very helpful for you. Yep. And what else do we have over here? Oh, Trends in High Tech by Ben Davis. We're giving you everything we can. And again, here's another. This is great. 2 Russians seek refuge in Alaska after fleeing draft. Oh, 2 Russians? What about 100,000 Americans fled to Canada during the Vietnam War? Well, that was different. Oh, and where are all these little boys, these hippies back in my day during the Vietnam War? All the Crosby, Mills, Nashes and Young, the little boys that hated everybody that they can get the vax. How come they're not out there protesting war? Where are all the comedians and the celebrities that protested the Vietnam War? And now all they do is promote World War. They believe this stuff. They go over there to support it. Again, my business is to look ahead. I'm a trend forecaster. I've been at this 42 years. Began the Trends Research Institute in 1980. Best-selling books, Trends 2000, Trend Tracking, far better than Megatrends Time Magazine. Been publishing the Trends Journal since 1991. I will put my trend forecasting track record, geopolitics, socioeconomics, health, fitness, nutrition, one after another in the many categories. I'll put them up against anybody in the world. Anybody. Show me what you've written. Show me your list of forecasts, and we can begin to talk. World War III has begun. Look at your cover of the Trends Journal. Back, this one, War or Peace, good or evil, who will you vote for? What's your choice? But go back to the one 2 days before Russia invaded Ukraine, which we're totally opposed to, by the way. COVID war, Ukraine war, World war. That's it. From COVID war to Ukraine war to World War. World War III, I mean, I read the shit coming out of that Stolten crap's mouth. One after another. And again, all the information coming out, more and more weapons going to Ukraine. This would have been over if they mind their own business. This is a border war that's been going on since what? Catherine the Great, 1750s? And again, in your Trends Journal, going back to 2014, we wrote all about it. How the United States overthrew the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in Ukraine. So people have no idea of the facts, but they believe the bullshit. But not you, especially when you subscribe to the Trends Journal. So spread the word for peace. We're in a very critical time. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Go to trendsjournal.com. We have a new website up. Take a look at it, trendsjournal.com. We're giving you what nobody else in the world is giving you. And we're doing everything we can to help you prepare, prevail, and prosper in these very dangerous times ahead. The worst is yet to come. As I said from our forecast, they're going to artificially prop up the equity markets again for the midterm elections. But remember, when all else fails, they take you to war. And tomorrow, don't forget to tune in at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with Salenti and the Judge Andrew Napolitano. This man knows what's going on in the legal world, gives you the insights and what's happening and why and what's next like no other judge out there. So tune in. Thank you. From COVID war to Ukraine war to world war. Are you prepared for what's next? These are unprecedented times. What's next? What's going to happen? Read the Trends Journal. We have an unsurpassed track record of forecasting history before it happens. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.